My name is Umesh Sharma, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering Department, in Greater Noida campus. Today I am talking about one of the interesting topic in mechanical engineering, which is governor. First of all, I am telling about what is governor, why we study governor, or where we use governor. Governor is a device basically used to regulate the wing speed of an engine. And governor, nowadays we use governor. One governor is centrifugal governor, another is inertial governor, and different kind of centrifugal governor. So mostly in daily life we use centrifugal governor. So first we give the classification of governor. There are two types of governor. One is pendulum type governor. Loaded type governor. In pendulum type governor, we study watt governor. And in loaded type governor, we study two kinds of governor. One is dead weight governor. Another one is spring control governor. In dead weight governor, we study two kinds of governor. First one is quarter governor, and second one is totally governor. In spring control governor, we use four kinds of governor. Ordinary governor, second one is Arden governor, third one is Wilson Hartnell, and fourth one is Pickering governor. So first we study about governor. The basic function of governor is to regulate the wing speed of an engine. Regulate the wing speed of engine. What is wing speed? Wing speed is a equilibrium speed, which is in which speed load does not vary. Load does not vary. We use two kinds of device in an IC engine: governor and flywheel. Flywheel is a reservoir, but governor is not a reservoir. Flywheel we use to control fluctuation of varying load, and governor we use for the variation speed to adjustment our load. Okay. Governor we use in daily life. You have seen that sugarcane machine. You have seen that sugarcane machine in which when we pour a sugarcane in a machine, then machine will suddenly stop. Then we provide extra power and load it, adjust it. So that is the kind of a governor. In daily life we use. Most of the present time, governor does not use in small vehicle like bike, scooter, etc. Here we can governing this kind of vehicle by the using chalk bar. By the using chalk bar. In heavy vehicles we use governor. But nowadays we do not use any kind of mechanical kind of governor. We use electronic control governor. In this we use proximity sensors that consider what kind of load absorbed by the engine, etc. So first we introduce two kind of governor: centrifugal governor and inertial governor. I am talking about only centrifugal governor. This is the classification of centrifugal governor. Centrifugal governor. First we discuss its working. This is a simple spindle, and in this spindle axis there are two kind of link. There are two kind of link, upper link and lower link, which is also called arms. This one is lower link. This is upper link arms. We can say this is the pivot point. This is spindle axis. This is spindle. Here we use equal mass of fly ball. Equal mass of fly ball. These are the fly ball. This one is fly ball. Okay. We use sleeve. We use sleeve and two stop points. It is mounted on spindle. Sleeve is just kind of dead weight. Sleeve is just kind of dead weight. Firstly, we provide power from the engine shaft. This is engine shaft. Everybody know about what is the transmission system, how the power transmitted from the engine to the engine shaft. And this engine shaft is connected with the bevel gear arrangement. Why we use bevel gear? Bevel gear transmit the power at right angle. Transmit the power at right angle. Then this sleeve is connected by the bell crank lever. This sleeve is connected by the bell crank lever. And this bell crank lever connected by the throttle lock. Connected by the throttle lock. And this one is fuel supply, working fuel supply. This one is working fluid supply. So here we study two cases. First case, when the load on engine increases, then speed of engine decreases. This one is speed. When the load on engine decreases, then speed increases. So here we can understand these two cases. First one is when the load on engine increases, that causes speed decreases. We already know about this. There are two kinds of forces: centrifugal forces and centripetal forces. Centrifugal forces is act radially outward, and centripetal forces radially act inward direction. So whenever the speed of an engine decreases, whenever speed of an engine decreases, otherwise we can say when the load on engine increases, in this region the speed of spindle increases. Speed of spindle decreases, that causes the movement of fly ball downward direction. Movement of fly ball downward direction, that causes sleeve moves down, and it is connected by the bell crank lever. Bell crank lever exert a force to the throttle valve. Exert a force to the throttle valve, which causes valve open slightly, and the supply of working fluid increases. And the supply of working fluid increases, and it obtains a equilibrium speed. It obtains a equilibrium speed, and our load and speed settle. Our load and speed variation is settled. What is equilibrium speed? Equilibrium speed is the speed at which movement of sleeve constant. Yeah, sleeve does not move. We can say sleeve does not move. At which speed we call equilibrium speed. There are two kinds of equilibrium speed: maximum equilibrium speed and minimum equilibrium speed. What is maximum? So first we draw a number diagram to understand what is maximum equilibrium speed, what is minimum equilibrium speed. These are the basic some terms we use in governor. These are the basic terms we use in governor. First term we use height of a governor. What is height of a governor? Suppose this is spindle axis, this is upper arm, this is lower arm, this is fly ball, which is connected to my this is fly ball. So we know that each fly wheel has its own center of gravity point. So this is the CG point. So height of a governor, height of a governor. This is the vertical distance. This is the vertical distance from the CG point of flywheel, from the CG point of flywheel to the common intersection point of the upper arms. Common intersection point of the upper arms. So this vertical distance we call height of a governor, and represented by small h. And represented by small h. Next, what is the radius of rotation? This is the horizontal distance between the spindle axis to the CG of flywheel. Between the spindle axis to the CG of flywheel. This is the radius of rotation. We know that our value of centrifugal force depends upon what is centrifugal force in mathematical? mv square by r. mv square by r. We know that v equals to r omega. So we can calculate mv r omega the whole square upon r, that is mr omega square. So here we see that when the radius of rotation increases, then the value of centrifugal force increases. So radius of rotation plays an important role in this. So we discuss about what is maximum mean equilibrium speed and minimum mean equilibrium speed. When the fly ball move in upward direction, then the radius of rotation our increase. These causes we obtain maximum equilibrium speed. When the fly ball moves downward, our radius of rotation decreases. Then we obtain minimum mean equilibrium speed. Minimum mean equilibrium speed. Okay. Next one is sleep lift. Sleep lift. Sleep lift. It is the vertical distance. It is the vertical distance from the origin when we obtain an equilibrium speed. Then how much distance sleep travel? How much distance sleep travel? That is called sleep lift. It is calculated by any scale. Okay. Then we study first case when the load on engine increases and speed our decreases. So how can we moderate load? How can we maintain load? Second case, we can take second case when the load on engine decreases and speed of an engine increases. When the load on engine decreases and speed of an engine increases. In this case, we study by this diagram the flywheel movement in upward direction because of increasing speed. Because of increasing speed. When the flywheel moves upward direction, our sleeve also moves in upward direction. When flywheel moves in upward direction, sleeve movement is upward direction, and sleeve is connected by the Belkin lever, and Belkin lever produce a thrust force on choke wall. And Belkin lever produce a thrust force on choke wall, then cut off the working fluid supply. Then cut off the working fluid supply, and engine maintain its equilibrium speed, and load and speed maintain. And load and speed maintain. So now we discuss the first kind of governor is watt governor. First kind of governor is watt governor. Watt governor is a kind of pendulum type governor. Watt governor is a kind of pendulum type governor. This diagram shows the construction of watt governor. This diagram shows the construction of watt governor. So we talk about watt governor. the basic difference between watt governor and loaded times governor. In watt governor, we don't use any sleeve, any kind of sleeve. We assume that the mass of sleeve, diagonals and upper and lower arm negligible. Okay, and we derive a mathematical formula for the height of a governor is 895 upon m square. When we use quarter governor, then we attach a central load on the sleeve. Then it makes a quarter governor. Another kind is rolling governor. Rolling governor, in this we use extension link. In this we use extension link. Next kind is spring control governor. In this type of governor, we use nut and spring arrangement and adjust the load. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you so much.